One, one, two, two. One, one. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, can you hear me on a three-way? Ha! Everybody talking. But when I get quiet, can you hear me? Yeah. Put it out there. All R. Kelly fans, hit my page now. Show me on a three-way. Three-way. Let's go. Oh, somebody don't like what I'm about to say. Damn, you don't even know what I'm about to say. But you're R. Kelly supporter, huh? Phony ass people. Phony people, man. Phony people, man. That's okay. I love him anyway. I love him, I love him, I love him anyway. Ooh. I got two that's here. Hey, Sylvia. Hey, Marshall. I got 8 watching. Not enough people. Not enough people. Yeah. 10 people. I got 10 people watching. Hit that like button or hit that dislike button. Just show me that you're here. That's all. Hit that like button. Love me. Okay, Randa. Okay, Marshall, Sylvia. I got 11 watching. No, that's nowhere near my joint. That's nowhere near what I do. Miss Virgo, hey, spread the word. Everybody need to be on Dana J channel right now. It's 9:30. I was like, what the hell going on? Yeah. Everybody need to be on my channel right now. I ain't even gonna start my intro until I got 50 people watching. Hey, Nikki here. Okay, 13 people. Okay. I know I came earlier. I know y'all ain't used to me coming back this quick, but something done went down. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate from this, but something done went down. Yep. I'm telling y'all, yep. Dana J got a letter. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I wonder what Dana J letter say. Dana J got a letter. I wonder what Dana J letter gonna say. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Come on. I need my firm in here strong. Marge, y'all already know what it is. You lucky, I love you. I rescheduled my live, best friend. Thank you so much, Brooke. Love you so much, Brooke. Shout out to Randa Baby and the firm, Felicia Clark. Hey, no, you ain't missed nothing. I ain't even start yet. I got 24 watching. Come on, I need some more. Tell everybody come over. All man, you know what? Even the ones that don't like me, y'all can come watch. Come watch. Come watch. Come watch. This is how you silence the crowd. I kept telling everybody, I don't bother nobody first, but this is how you silence the crowd. Everybody talking all this stuff up. Got 31, 35, 32, 36. Look, until I get 50, I'm gonna play some music real quick. Cause see, y'all playing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play some music real quick. You feel me? Let me hit some people. Hold on. Let me see. Sky. I'm gonna play something real quick. Let's see. What can I play? What can I play? Get on my live now. You won't love it. All right. Sick and tired of the games you play. I got 45. I need 5 more. Damn, Felicia Clark timed out already? Trying to turn it all around when it wasn't that way. Play fuck y'all. You right, Felicia? Okay. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Lisa. Woo! I can't go one day without y'all in my March trigger happy. I love it, Felicia. Don't hear what I say. Cops chase me when I'm standing still. You know I ain't done shit wrong. So why you won't be yourself? You don't like my songs. Well, it pays the bills. And you cut me down. Cause I keep it real. Sometimes I wanna fly far away from here. Nah, I ain't gonna do that one yet. I'm gonna go here. I got so much on my mind. I'm gonna go here. This one we go. Here we go. Hey, Nikki, I go to get a charger now. If I wasn't tell me where would they be? Most of them don't even care about Robert Kelly. No. They care about what I'm making for them. Some of them hang around me because of the money. Sky Zone in the building. Uh-oh. My whole family. Can't they see him going through? Look where I really need you. I was there for them when they needed me. Yeah. Every time I come, y'all have to skip the fun. What type of shit is that? How could y'all turn your lights? People, they smile right in your face. Smile in your face. Go and talk behind your back. Talk behind your back. They don't even know the facts. They don't know the facts. I said, Sylvia, 71. Sometimes I like to party, drink, have sex, and smoke weed. Just because I love them things, it doesn't mean I'm going crazy. I said. I wish I knew why people wanna hate me. All I do is help them. Try my best to love them. Try to lift them up, but they don't appreciate me. Fuck them. One more. To the niggas that was doubting when I said I make it, I didn't believe me. Fuck y'all. And to them bitches that was hating on the nigga trying to make it, talking plenty shit. Fuck y'all. And now that I'm on, fuck y'all. I'm on, fuck y'all. I'm on, fuck y'all. And now that I'm on, fuck y'all. I'm on, fuck y'all. I'm on, fuck y'all. Yeah, All right. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. So let's get to it. Let's go, Firm. Let's take off.
What you gonna do now? Hope your body gets up in it, but to put it down. I will never disrespect you. Tomorrow, but tonight I wanna respect you. Last down, gotta make it last down. But I'm hoping I'm a bit on your face. I was down, let me know.
Levi, you might want to stop.
Turn around and hit it all. And maybe tell them it's soon. Back away from the door.
Hey. All right. All right. 113, 116 in the chat. Hit them like buttons as you come in or go out. But I'm going to say this. Y'all heard for the last 5 days, fire the lawyers. Well, some people might like this. Some people might not. So what I'm going to say is this right here. When you working, everybody don't need to know what you're doing. Now, you heard people say, all of y'all is following Dana J. Leave him alone. I sat back and ain't say nothing. I know what's coming down the pipe. So I want to say I thank everybody in the firm, that stayed here, that didn't go over to that sand castle that they trying to call a bridge. Ask this question. When was the last time they talked to Rob? Anybody over there? But Dana J got a letter. And I'm about to show you exactly what's contained in Dana J's letter. But before I do that, I'm going to go here. Before I do that, I'm going to go here.
Say the man wasn't made to fly.
Look at the screen.
He wanted to go to the moon. He said he wouldn't make it past the sky.
Hey.
And with all odds against him, he said he never reach his goal. Said he didn't have the strength to travel that long road. But I had a dream. I had a dream. I had a dream. And I made history. I had a dream. I had a dream. I had a dream. Now the dream is real to me. Heard them say that the mountain couldn't be climbed. And whenever there's an underdog, they count them out every time. Yeah. Somebody said that the storm would never end. In the crunch of the game, they said there's no way that that team could win. But I had a dream. I had a dream. I had a dream. And I made history. I had a dream. Yeah. I had a dream. dream is real to me. I have a dream. I have a dream. When I was fast asleep, I had a dream. It was real to me. And I made history. I had a dream. 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 Now the dream is real to me. It's real.
Boy. I'm gonna go back to this, but I gotta say this. Real quick. Last night I was ready to give it all up. Last night I got so fed up and so angry that I was gonna give it all up. Last night I prayed. I said, Lord, give me a sign. Because I'm done. I'm ready to do something different. I'm ready to go in another level. Then I got nothing. 12 hours later, I got a text. Check your email now. Kind of brushed it off. Then I got a phone call. First phone call in a while. And on the end of that phone call, the words were, baby boy, don't worry about nothing. We good. I paused. I said, okay. Somebody's playing. And he said, nah, real talk. We good. Time to get to work. Elephants don't swat flies. So I went to the email. I looked at it. I said, oh, shit. Are you sure? He said, I don't got much time to talk. But no more shit show activity. Phone hung up. Then I placed a call. I want you to be the first to leak this. TMZ will leak it around 11 p.m. But I want you to leak it first. Before I even got to talk and tell what the hell has been going on, I was told elephants don't swat flies. So nobody understands that when you're on the front line, you get all this attack and this and this and this from people who have different agendas, except for one main agenda. The main agenda is this right here. And it says, United States Courts of Appeals for the Second Circuit, Thurgood Marshall U.S. Courthouse, 40 Foley Square, New York, 1007. Chief Judge Robert A. Katzman. Clerk of Court Catherine O'Hagan Wolf. DC docket number 119 CR 286-1. DC Court, Eastern District, New York, Brooklyn. DC Judge Ann Donnelly. Date June 2nd, 2020. Docket 20-1720. Short title, United States of America versus Kelly. It says notice of record on appeal filed. Y'all see it right here? Filed. Scroll down. You have the docket and the documents. It says the following transaction was entered on 6/2/2020 at 9:39 a.m. Eastern District time. Here we go. Then it says docket text, electronic index to record an appeal as to Robert Sylvester Kelly sent to U.S. Court of Appeals. 70, notice of appeal. Conditions of release documents are available via PACER for docket entries without a hyperlink or for documents under seal. Contact the court and we'll arrange for the documents to be made available to you. Marianne McGee. And you see Thomas Frenella, Elizabeth Geddes, Michael L. Leonard, Maria E. Cruz Melendez, Nadia Shihada, Douglas C. Anton, and Steve Greenberg. Defendant Robert Sylvester Kelly, known as R. Kelly. Now you see the difference? See the difference? That's a person. Represented by Douglas E. Anton. Lead attorney. Not assistant, not a hyperlink, but a lead. 115 code 4. A lead. Designation retained. Greenberg, lead. Designation retained means you cannot get rid of him or him without Robert saying he need to get rid of him. You see Michael Leonard, retained. Thomas A. Frenella, retained. So anybody telling you they going to get a new lawyer, they are lying. Pending counts. Disposition. You got racketeering. Transporting for prostitution. Mann Act Transportation Jane Doe number 6. Mann Act Transportation Jane Doe number 5. Coercion or enticement of female, number 3. Coercion or enticement of a female, 3S. Mann Act Coercion and Enticement Jane Doe number 6, 3SS. Mann Act Coercion and Enticement Jane Doe number 5, 3SSS. Transporting for prostitution, 4. Transporting for prostitution, 4S. Mann Act Transportation Jane Doe number 6, 4SS. Mann Act Coercion of Minor Jane Doe number 5, 4SSS. We already know who Jane Doe number 5 is. We all know who Jane Doe number 6 is over here at the firm. We don't need to repeat it, nor do we need to put it in the chat. Anybody else that want to know, they got to find out on their own. Coercion or enticement of a female, 5. Coercion and enticement of a female, 5S. Mann Act Coercion and Enticement Jane Doe number 6, 5SS. Mann Act Transportation of Minor Jane Doe number 5, 5SSS. Mann Act Transportation Jane Doe number 6, 6SSS. Mann Act Coercion and Enticement Jane Doe number 6, 7SSS. Mann Act Transportation Jane Doe number 6, 8SSS. Mann Act and Coercion and Enticement Jane Doe number 6, 9SSS. Highest offense level opening, felony. Terminated counts, none. Highest offense level terminated, none. Complaints, none. Plaintiff, USA, represented by Elizabeth Geddes, United States Attorney's Office. Eastern District of New York, Camden Plaza, Brooklyn, New York. Elizabeth Geddes, Maria Cruz Melendez, Nadia Shahada. There we go. Let's go. Docket text. You got sealed indictment as to Robert Sylvester Kelly. 1 count. Counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Attachments. 1 criminal information sheet. 2 indictments. Sealing form. I'm just going to show y'all because I ain't going to go through all that. The next one is sealed superseding indictments. The next one is order to unseal case as to Robert Sylvester Kelly, signed by Magistrate Judge James Orenstein on 7/12/2019. Letter in support of permanent order of detention as to Robert Sylvester Kelly, Geddes Elizabeth, main document 5, placed on 7/12/2019. Notice of attorney appearance, Nadir Shahada, appearing for USA. Notice of attorney appearance, Douglas C. Anton, appearing for Robert Sylvester Kelly. Notice of attorney appearance, Maria E. Cruz Melendez, appearing for USA. Motion to appear, pro hack vice filing, fee $150, receipt number. Order as to Robert Sylvester Kelly by July 26, 2019. Counsel for the defendant is directed to produce updated certificates of good standing issued within the past 30 days, ordered by Judge Ann M. Donnelly on 7/22/2019. The next one, you got letter with attached updated certificate of good standing from Michigan as to Robert Sylvester Kelly, Douglas Anton, attorney. Order as to Robert Sylvester Kelly, granting non-motion for leave to appear. The attorney shall register for ECF. Registration is available, whatever. Scheduling order as to Robert Sylvester Kelly, status conference set for 8/2/2019 at 10:30 a.m. Courtroom 4G North, ordered by Judge Ann Donnelly. Motion to appear. The next one is order as to Robert Sylvester Kelly. And I'm just going to scroll down and see all this because we got a lot to go through. So I hope you can be here for the next 2 hours. You see it. All of this is on Robert Sylvester Kelly, and it's still going. Hello. Oh, you know what? I thought I was. I'm sorry. I ain't worried about it. I thought it was on there. My fault. My mind's somewhere else. Now look at your screen. I'm sorry, y'all. Right. I'm sorry, y'all. I thought y'all was seeing it. I'm sorry. You know, I got the call that y'all wasn't seeing it. I'm sorry. You know, but yeah, he have all these pages against him. They stacked the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7.5 pages against him. Let's go down. I love Tom. Okay, let's read it. United States Court of Appeals for Second Circuit. The declaration of Thomas A. Fernella. Thomas A. Fernella declares under the penalties of perjury pursuant to 28 U.S.C. 1746. I am an attorney with the law offices of Thomas A. Fernella, PC. I represent defendant appellant Robert Sylvester Kelly, and I offer this declaration in support of his motion for an order reversing an order of pretrial detention entered by the District Court Honorable Ann M. Donnelly on May 15, 2020. I respectfully submit with this declaration the memorandum of law in support of Robert S. Kelly motion of release of pretrial detention dated June 29, 2020. The memorandum of law in support is attached as Exhibit A. Mr. Kelly has been charged in the district with violating 18 U.S.C. Y'all know all them. And in the Northern District of Illinois with violating, all them, all of which are qualifying crimes involving a minor. Therefore, there is a rebuttable presumption of pretrial detention. On July the 16th, 2019, Judge Harry D. Linweller entered a permanent order of detention in the Northern District of Illinois, case number. On August 2nd, 2019, there was a bail hearing held in district court before Magistrate Tiscone. The transcript of the bail hearing is annexed here into as Exhibit B. On August 2nd, 2019, Magistrate Judge Stephen L. Tiscone in this case entered a permanent order of detention. The order is annexed as Exhibit C. On October 2nd, 2019, after reviewing briefing on the issue and holding oral argument, the district court affirmed the order of detention. Yes, sir. Annexed here to is the briefing on issue of bail before Judge Donnelly as Exhibit D. This right here is just showing all exhibits of everything that's going on. I'm gonna skip some because I don't want to hold y'all for 2 hours. April the 7th, 2020, the court's denial of the defendant's March 26, 2020 emergency bail motion, finding inter alia that the defendant, one, had not demonstrated that he is within the group of people the CDC has categorized as most at risk for contracting COVID-19, because the defendant is 53 years old, 12 years younger than the cohort of the older adults defined by the CDC as at high risk for severe illness from COVID-19. And two, continues to pose a risk of flight and danger to the community, particularly to prospective witnesses, see Exhibit E. So the court's medical conclusions are poor at best, and the CDC claims are incorrect. They claim that because he is 53 and not 75, he's not at a high risk of a COVID. Clearly, risks increase with age, but there is not a rule that people only 75 and older are at risk. They are just at the highest risk. However, 50 to 75 is also an at-risk group. Per the CDC, as you get older, your risk of being hospitalized for COVID-19 increases. Everyone, especially older adults and others at increased risk of severe illness, should take steps to protect themselves from getting COVID-19. All right. We're going to scroll down. We're going to scroll down. We're going to scroll down. We're going to scroll down because this is a lot. We're going to scroll down. Let's start here. No other defendants proposed measures that he be kept on home confinement and monitored by pretrial services sufficient to eliminate the danger of the community. For these reasons, the government sustained its burden of proving by clear and convincing evidence that the defendant poses a danger to the community, and by a preponderance that he is a flight risk. There are no conditions or combinations of conditions that will reasonably assure the appearance of the defendant as required and the safety of any other person and the community. Let's scroll down some more. The defendant argues that he is now uniquely at risk. This right here is what the government put. So I was reading what the government put. Okay, let's go down. Let's go down. Let's go down. This is what lawyer Thomas A. Fernelli put. Okay, and he did that June 30th today. It was executed today. Wherefore, for the reason stated in the attached memorandum of law, this court should enter an order reversing the district court's order of detention and directing that Mr. Kelly be released from custody, subject to appropriate conditions of release and any other conditions supported by the evidence and needed to reasonably assure community safety and risk of flight so Mr. Kelly can prepare for trial. I declare under penalty and perjury that the foregoing is true and correct to the best of my knowledge. Okay, this is certificate of service. Exhibit A. You have Exhibit A right here. This is all the stuff. This is the RICO Act that they was talking about. I'm gonna skip through all of this because this is everything that has been submitted since day one. Argument, burden of proof, standard review. You see, everything is in here. So that way, the federal district judge that's over top of Donnelly will see that this man have a right to a fair trial and not to be held against his will. Then Exhibit F, Mr. Kelly has a fundamental right to proceed to trial expeditiously and a fundamental right to prepare for that trial. You see all that. You see all that. Conclusion, respectfully, Thomas Ranelli. Exhibit B. Y'all see all that. I've read all this to y'all a while back. No, this is the transcript. I read this to y'all 2 weeks ago. All right, let's scroll past all this because this is a lot. Exhibit C. Y'all know about this. Exhibit D. Y'all know about that. Exhibit D. My firm, along with others representing Kelly in this matter, pursuant to the magistrate. Okay. Y'all know about that. I'm going to give it to y'all straight. No chaser. Respectfully submitted, Steve Greenberg. Somebody that they said is not a good lawyer. You know, only the ops will say something like that. Only the ops portraying to be a supporter or a family member or something like that. Only the ops. Motion to reconsider bail. Look, here we go. Page 1 of 52. Good God Almighty. Now comes the defendant, Robert Kelly, through counsel, and respectfully request that this court reconsider its decision holding defendant without bond pending trial and support defendant through counsel states as follows. The Bail Reform Act is designed to permit bail pending trial. Bail pending trial has long been a part of the nation's criminal process because every defendant is presumed innocent until proven guilty. Thus, under the Bail Reform Act, courts shall hold detention hearings when the case involves any one of the enumerated serious offenses outlined in 3142F and 1, or cases involving allegations of particularly dangerous criminal activity, or when there are serious concerns about flight risk or obstruction of justice are present, 3142F2, and determine whether there are conditions upon which a defendant can be released. The key question at the detention hearing is whether any condition or combination of conditions will reasonably assure the appearance of such person as required and the safety of any other person and the community. The ID 3142F, detention is only proper where after this hearing, the judicial officer finds that no condition or combination of conditions will reasonably assure the appearance of the person as required and the safety of any other person and the community. Hold on. ID 3142. And United States versus Byrd, that's a case law. In this case, given defendant's lack of resources, willingness to submit to electronic monitoring, and lack of contact with minors, history of appearance, substantial monetary bond posted in state court, and this is the Bail Reform Act, demonstrated ability to comply with bail restrictions, conditions could easily be fashioned. Unfortunately, at the hearing here, the court never contemplated whether any condition or combination of conditions will reasonably assure the appearance of such person as required and the safety of any other person and the community. The court incorrectly applied the Bail Reform Act. This court must reconsider its decision to detain because it was based on a flawed legal framework and a failure to apply the correct roadmap. The inquiry required deliberation of the factors set forth in 18 U.S.C. 3142G. Instead, This court was only focused on the nature of the charged crimes rather than defendant's risk of flight or danger to the community. When evaluating whether there are reasonable conditions for bail, rather than reconsidering the conduct as simply starting the process by shifting the burden of persuasion, the court applied it as the endpoint. Even in a rebuttal presumption case, the overall burden remains with the government, not the defendant. That's true. This issue in concluding that the presumption shifts the burden of production, but not the burden of persuasion to the defendants. Jessup, that's what I got at the case law. I'm gonna scroll down some because I'm gonna skip some. Let's go here. Detention transcript at page 31. Of course, a grand jury does not do that. The grand jury only finds probable cause regarding whether a crime has been committed, and it does so in a one-sided presentation, not an adversary hearing. A grand jury finding a probable cause is far from guilt. It certainly cannot substitute for clear and convincing evidence. Here, the government argued defendant should be detained as a danger to the community and as a flight risk. The United States probation officer recommended release with conditions that would reasonably assure the safety of the community and Kelly's appearance, namely home incarceration with electronic monitoring and other conditions. Based on the court statements, it appears that the court never considered those proposed conditions of release. CEG United States versus Sabana. Okay. A defendant cannot be detained as dangerous under 3142E, even if the presumption is not rebutted, unless a finding is made that no release conditions will reasonably assure the safety of the community. That finding cannot be based on evidence that he has been a danger in the past, except to the extent that his past conduct suggests the likelihood of future misconduct. This is indeed the very import of the presumption of dangerousness in 3142E. The rest of that's case law. Case law. All right. I gotta go back. Here we go. The burden for the defendant is low. All that is required is some evidence that he will not flee or endanger the community if released. Dominiquez at 707. The evaluation of bail requires a balance, liberty interest versus public safety. That is why there are only a narrowly crafted set of circumstances ever require detention. After all, pretrial detention impacts a defendant's ability to prepare a defense, restricts his contact with friends and family, subjects him to draconian conditions and rules, and bars him from making a living or supporting others. Notably, the court did not hear the specifics to any future dangerousness and the preferred evidence. I'm sorry. The defendant cannot be detained as dangerous under 3142E, even if the presumption is not rebutted, unless a finding is made that no release conditions will reasonably assure. Okay. Here, the best evidence that the defendant is not a current danger is the indictment itself. Let's look at the dates of the offensive. 1998 to 1999, count 1. 1988 to 1999, count 2. 1998 to 1999, count 3. 1998, count 4. All right, this going to answer all this. Mr. Kelly is being held in a special housing unit, SHU, because of who he is, not what he has done. That unit is also known as the Hole. Accordingly, the conditions are harsh. He is always locked up. There is no daily shower, no day room, no television or radio, no contact with other inmates, no recreation, and phone privileges are severely restricted. And phone privileges are severely restricted. While others have face-to-face visits, and the SHU, they are not. He has had to request to terminate his child support obligation, and his girlfriends with whom he lived will have to move as a result of this incarceration. Count number 5, conspiracy obstruction beginning in 1997. Avert Act A, 2007. Avert Act B, 2007. Avert Act C, 2008. Avert Act D, 2013. Avert Act E, 2014. Avert Act F, 2014. Avert Act G, 2015. Avert Act H, 2015. Count 6, 2001 to 2007. Count 7, 2001 to 2002. Count 8, 2007. Count 9, 1999. Count 109. Damn. Count 109, 1997, 1998. Count 11, 1996. Count 12, 199 to 1999, 2000. Hello. Huh? Right. Right. Okay. Okay. Okay, I got it. Got it. Got it. Count 13, 1997, 1998. With the exception of some minor overt acts in 2015. Over 4 years ago, the allegations are decades old and as stale as used gym socks. To the extent the government argued a serious risk of obstruction, 18 USC 3142 F2 and B. They offered no facts. The concern is a present or future risk. The charge conduct from the past merely triggers the application of F2 and B. It does not provide the proof. I'm going to skip over something right here. That's electronic monitoring. That's Greenberg that submitted that. Okay. Okay. I'm going to skip all this because we already read all that. 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 God. We already read all this. Nope. Go back. I'm sorry. I'm going to start at 35. Okay. Now, I understand statutes of limitations and all of that, but they date back to the 90s. They've been investigating him state. They've been investigating him federal. They've gone on TV and said, call us if you've had a problem with R. Kelly. They've gone on TV. Other people, not the law enforcement, have said, we'll pay you for your story if something has happened with R. Kelly. Come on, man. Hello. Yeah, no. They've gone on TV. Other people, not the law enforcement, have said, we'll pay you for your story if something has happened with R. Kelly. Yet, we're still dating back 2 decades on allegations regarding minors, except for one very vague thing that they've put in one of the indictments. There's no evidence, y'all, that he's a risk to minors at all at this point. And they talk about the psychological risk or something like that. I don't know what that is. But whatever it is, detaining Mr. Kelly isn't going to fix someone if someone's got some kind of psychological issues because of something happening to them. Those aren't connected at all. In fact, the only proof here is that he isn't a danger to minors. The fact that it's been 2 decades since there were these allegations shows that he isn't. They say that he's a danger because he's going to obstruct justice in this case, just like he did before. And I don't have whatever their evidence is, but I can tell you a little bit. And these are not secrets. This is well known about Mr. Kelly and Mr. Kelly's business. Mr. Kelly had a business manager. Uh-oh. He had a lawyer. He had an accountant. He had people who worked for him, other people working for him, all of whom have a lot of money now. All of them have a lot of money now, but Mr. Kelly doesn't. He doesn't have any money. It's not a secret that Mr. Kelly doesn't read. He doesn't write. Now, if other people did something when he was facing trial before because they wanted to protect, the money tree, I don't know about that. And I haven't seen the evidence on that, but he wasn't doing it. He wasn't doing it. And let me tell you why. Even if the government says he's a danger because of the obstruction charges, why their argument impeaches itself? Wait a minute. Let's stop there. The question, why their arguments impeaches itself? He's charging that count with 2 other people, Daryl McDavid, and everyone has always told me Daryl McDavid was the guy who ran it. He was the business guy. He was the accountant, but he was the business guy. He was the guy who handled all Mr. Kelly's affairs and a guy named June Brown. The government agreed to recognize bonds for Daryl McDavid and June Brown. June Brown, I think, turned himself in Las Vegas. My understanding is he got a recognizance bond. Daryl McDavid turned himself in here and got a recognized bonds. But he's charged with obstruction. If obstruction is such a danger and such a risk to everybody, then why did the government agree to a recognized bond for Daryl McDavid? And I'm sure they've got their reasons, but it certainly shows that that charge doesn't imply that anyone's a danger. Frankly, Mr. Kelly, well, there's no evidence, Your Honor, at this point, and there's no evidence because it hasn't happened. That since Mr. Kelly has heard these rumors swirling around, which have been around now for probably a year and a half, 2 years, about criminal charges and so forth, that he's done anything to any witness, to anyone he thinks might be a witness, taken any action at all. So that right there shuts Team's Truth whole theory down. There's no suggestion that since the state court charges were filed that Mr. Kelly has done anything wrong at all, anything. Hasn't talked to a witness, hasn't interfered with a witness, and I don't even think that was a condition of his state court bond. I might be. Was that a condition? Steve, that he not have contact with anyone? Was it a condition? Okay. It's a condition. It's a condition of his bond that he's complied with that, but he complied with it before it was a condition of his bond. He didn't do anything. Now, they say that all of this is different and all of it is different charges, different victims, and all that. We respectfully disagree, Your Honor. We think that there is a great overlap, and we think that some of the case is, in fact, overreaching. For instance, where they've got predicate acts in a RICO prosecution because you could have transmitted a sexually transmitted disease in violation of state law. They're making it into a RICO case. I know they've got other allegations, but they've got things like that in their case. We think that it is terrible overreaching. We think that they're trying to criticize how consenting adults, whoever complained for years and years, all of a sudden say, oh no, I didn't want to be in that kind of a relationship. There was something about that relationship. These people who are their witnesses have been on a greatest hit tour since the first hit. They've been on TV. They went to the awards in Las Vegas, the MTV Awards, and got an award for the documentary. They went to some other award show and we've got this. They tweet and they video and this is great. My mom has never been. The one girl who was charged, she's one of the people in the state case. My mommy's never been to anything like this. I'm so happy I got to bring my mother to this. I mean, give me a break. That's what this has turned into. They've gotten here that he was forcing people to do labor. I have no idea what they're talking about. Was he forcing a girl to collect tickets? No. Was he forcing her to record? No. What is it? It's so vague. We can't respond. We can't attack it, but we're going to attack it. I'm gonna scroll down past this because the lawyers are going in. That's Greenberg and Cruel. I'm gonna scroll down to a page called 165. This is where I call this page Doomsday. The court. Anything further, Mr. Greenberg? No, Your Honor. Ms. Cruel? No, Your Honor. The court. All right. We'll stand adjourned. Court. All rise. Okay. Let's see what this one say. Let's go here. Lydia C. Hills, Esquire. Dear Ms. Hills, this is to enlighten you concerning the presumption of court appearances that you may not be aware of, since attorneys are taught a coloring of law and not canon or common law. Color of law is not law. It's fiction for corporate fictions, of which I am not. Then that's the canon thing, presumption of summons. If these instruments are not rejected and returned with a copy of the rejection file clearly on the public record jurisdiction, the presumed position and the presumption of guilt also stands as truth in commerce. I know where this is going. The answer, response, reply to the subpoena is now rebutted via my notarized 16-word statement of across the face of the summons refusing the invitation, which states, I do not accept this offer to contract and I do not consent to these proceedings, and filed with the state's attorney and the clerk of court, placing it on the public record. Please advise Ms. Rogers. Somebody in trouble. Please advise Ms. Rogers, your client, to abandon this heartless effort to try to destroy my musical legacy for selfish personal enrichment. If she persists in court action, she will be subjected to public opinion during the discovery process. For example, my law team is prepared to request the production of the medical test results proving the origin of her STD claim, as well as 10 personal male witnesses testifying under oath about her sex life in support of her claim, and complete records of her text FaceTime message exchange, which will be reviewed to match and be authenticated by the recipient to ensure there are no omissions or deletions. If Ms. Rogers really cares about her own reputation, she should cease her participation and association with the organizers of this negative campaign. Counteractions are in the developmental stages and due to be released soon. Sincerely, Robert Sylvester Kelly. But the problem is this is not his signature. Robert didn't write this. Well, let's guess. Who did it? Who did it? Who did this? If Robert didn't do it, and I've been telling y'all for damn near a year who did this. Who did this? Well, let's find out, shall we? Faith Rogers plaintiff, Robert Sylvester Kelly, alleged defendant. Notice of delivery to the law officer Lydia C. Hills. Wait a minute. I, June Barrett, declare that I caused the foregoing notice of delivery to the clerk of the court, including attachments. I do not accept this offer to contract, and I do not consent to these proceedings. On the face of the summons and verified complaint and demand for jury trial, living testimony in the form of an affidavit and Faith Rogers pictures and text messages to be served upon the persons listed below by having a copy of said notice of delivery and attachments electronically delivered to Supreme Court of the State of New York, located 60 Center Street, New York, 1007, on November the 19th, 2018. All rights reserved, June Barrett. June Barrett. Oh, wait a minute. June's point of view at yahoo.com. So wait a minute. If June Barrett consented to the notice of delivery, let's even go further. Y'all remember this letter, y'all? Y'all remember this letter? The same letter that the government said Robert is threatening witnesses. And Robert, like, I don't know nothing about this. June Barrett, Don Russell's mother. Don Russell put the letter together. June Barrett. And then they did a testimony letter. Wait a minute. Look. Y'all see? The signatures for Robert Kelly is totally different right here, right? Who is this handwriting? It don't say nothing. Exhibit E. So, I'm going to go back up for a second. I want to say this. I'm going to leave it here. Here we go. If he didn't have Robert's phone, right? How would he be able to get the medical test results for anybody? Because Robert ain't have that. How would he go out to get 10 personal male witnesses testifying? He was going to get 10 people to lie. And then he threatens. This is threatening in court. And then you lied under oath. But this is who everybody want to follow as their savior. Don Russell. He does no wrong. Don Russell been feeding narratives for a while on me. He knew this day was coming. He knew this day was coming. He knew this day was coming. But you see what Lydia Hill said? She did it the right way. the right way. That's all she did was stamped it on a 45-degree angle. And Robert is sitting behind this letter. Y'all remember when they pulled DJ Tyson and all that and then referred to this letter? So when you make this type of situation, you're going to be charged. This is fraud upon the court. This is a whole nother charge. Let's see what it carries. Let's see. What is fraud on the court? Fraud on the court or fraud upon the court is where a material misrepresentation has been made to the court or by the court itself. The main requirement is that the impartiality of the court has been so disrupted that it can't perform its task without bias or prejudice. Let's go here. What's the sentencing guidelines for fraud upon the court? Yep. That's mail fraud. Mail fraud. Whoa, wait. Well, the stuff that he had going to Trania house was wire fraud and mail fraud. So mail and wire fraud both carry a maximum prison sentence of up to 20 years. If the scheme also involved a bank, which it did, the potential fine increases up to $100,000. So how many times have he frauded somebody? So I wonder if he gets 20 years for every time he frauded somebody. He frauded somebody. Lock his motherfucking ass up. That's what I say. Let's get back to the letter. Exhibit E. Let's see what this say. This is a court transcript. Isn't this trial scheduled for April in Illinois? If you don't mind using the microphone. Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. The court is great. Okay, bye-bye. I prefer to stand. All right. I will certainly hear from you if you want me to hear you. Okay. This is a whole nother transcript. So we have asked the court. Well, the bottom line is he has not made any decision about that. Greenberg, he has not made any decision, correct? Court, okay, Ms. Greenberg, and the government has responded to that motion. Court, okay, Ms. Greenberg, that is next up on October the 8th. Court, okay, Greenberg. So there's been a lot said about obstruction, and I didn't want to go into great detail in the written materials. Again, counsel and I, for the government, well, we've all spoken. We don't want to refer to anyone by name. The court, please don't. Ms. Greenberg, we have agreed to that, although we now have a sense of who these various people are. So I can tell you that one of the Jane Does, who supposedly was a minor in the particular indictment, has admitted on many occasions, including in a book she wrote, that she lied about her age and misrepresented things to Mr. Kelly early on. She also presented false identification to attend his trial. The court, what I think it would What I think it would be more profitable to focus on if you could, Judge Tiscone concluded that based on the multiple charges in different jurisdictions, as well as the seriousness of the crimes and the allegations spanning a number of years of obstruction, witness tampering, witness intimidation, and I don't know how to describe it, at least to me, the uncertainty of Mr. Kelly's financial resources, there were no conditions or combinations or conditions, of conditions that would ensure that could be imposed. But hold on, scroll down. Proceedings from the bank. So he got Mr. Greenberg. So he got this check. It was for slightly over 400,000. By that point, he had been evicted from his, and I believe this is what the government is talking about. He had been evicted from his studio. He deposited that money into a bank account under his own name, and it was seized to satisfy the judgment that he owed to the studio. He paid the back child support that he owed. He paid rent on the Trump Tower prospectively for a period of, I think, 6 months. And since then, he set up an account, or around that time, he set up an account in a friend's name so that if he got money, he would have money to live on. Not the best thing, but in all candor, that's why he did it. And he gets periodically small amounts of money, 10,000, maybe 20,000. He does not have a great deal of money. He sat in the Cook County jail till someone helped him out with the child support, and then he paid them back. He sat in the Cook County jail waiting for the bail money to be posted for about a week when he was arrested on the Cook County charges. He has since paid that person back, is my understanding. Recently, the landlord on their unit at the Trump wanted to evict him because he couldn't pay the rent. They negotiated lesser rent there, and he's hopefully going to be able to pay that. But he does not have great financial resources, and he doesn't have uncertain financial resources either. Judge, the fact is that he's not torn. And the modern day music industry, they make their money from touring. They don't sell albums like they did when I was a kid. Okay. We're going to scroll past that. This is a lot. This is a lot for a judge to just go through. She. Good God Almighty. Okay. We had Ms. Geddes said we have no objection. The court. Okay. I just want to look at our calendar for a minute. The court. So you think this trial is going to be a 3-week trial? Ms. Geddes, yes, Judge. Pause. The court. Well, what about earlier than the 18th? Assuming, I guess, that is also dependent on your. I just don't like to run into that Memorial Day weekend. And I have something in that second week of June. But I am not so worried about that. But what about Mr. Leonard? Judge, the earliest we could do was the 11th. We do have a trial that we think will go prior to this case. That's why we suggested the 18th. If need be, I think we could live with the 11th, but we would strongly prefer the 18th. Okay, we're going to skip past that. I read that before. Jesus. Let's see. So, yes, I will defer ruling on that, okay? All right. Thanks so much, Mr. Anton. Thanks, Judge. Ms. Geddes. Thank you. Okay. It's that time again. What is this? 4-7. We read that too. This is the joint about the flight risk when she denied it. Exhibit G. 115 code for. And Donnelly again when she denied it. Exhibit H. Another joint when she denied it. So no matter what lawyers he had, she was going to deny it anyway. And this is for his temporary release, and she was going to deny it anyway. But yeah. Accordingly to the defendant's motion for reconsideration of the court's pretrial detention orders and his motion for temporary release. Yep. That's when she denied it again, May the 15th. So this right here is everything. This right here is everything that was filed for the appeal. This is everything that was filed for the appeal. And yes, and I mean yes, this is a stacked appeal. This will be hard to deny. This will be hard to deny. I'm looking for one thing though. Because see, what I don't like is how people try to switch around something because they rock with a certain person. Now, if it's an emotion, that a person is doing careless stuff to Robert Sylvester Kelly, then how can you rock with that person but still say you are R. Kelly supporter, you're an R. Kelly fan? Impossible. Impossible. There's no way you can do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up the call lines. I want to hear what y'all got to say about that. Call in 470-355-8221. I want to hear what y'all got to say. So call in. Call in. I want to hear what you guys have to say. File, New York County Clerk. You're live on Live Raw and Uncut with Actor Dana J. How can I help you?
Dana, we live?
Yeah.
Don Russell going to jail. Hey, Don Russell, what you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Y'all crazy.
They gonna get you in your booty. They turn that ass to a booty.
Stop, yo.
Bad boys, what the go? Bad boys, bad boys.
I'm just saying, but I got a question though. If you're looking at the screen, I done pointed out 7 felonies in this one page right here alone.
Mm-hmm.
The major one is this right here. Forgery.
Right. And you know what? Let me make this very clear. It was Don Russell who showed those documents, and we got a hold of those documents. It was Sylvia who was passing them documents around trying to tell everybody, and you, hey, this nigga's a fraud. Everybody was trying to tell it, but nobody wanted to listen. Everybody's on this hate train of Dana and Sylvia. Mm-hmm. They on the hate train of Dana and Sylvia, so everyone wants to do what they want to do, and they want to ride it. Y'all can keep riding it, and we gonna ride this one over here. Bad boys, bad boys.
But the thing is this, but I'm gonna say this. Because it's 10:45, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just got a text message that somebody said, "Oh, this is old."
No, it ain't.
No. I need you, Dana.
And the red at the top.
Wait.
Go back to the top, Dana.
Wait.
Go back to where it says
Listen.
I'm sorry.
They say this is old.
Mm-hmm.
So the appeal was filed on the 2nd when I told everybody it was filed.
Yep.
And they said that wasn't no appeal filed on the 2nd. Well,
yep.
Here's the date, June the 2nd. So, and then I'm going to go here. This is everything that's been ended on June the 2nd, right? What happened was, for the slow people that
You don't got to explain it.
No, I'm gonna do it for the slow people. What happened was, for everybody that claims that this is old and all this that I'm scrolling past was all submitted for the appeal on the 2nd. However,
go down.
Y'all see it where it say the 2nd and all this, right? Y'all see it? Look, come on, y'all.
Dana.
Now look, this right here say 6/29/20. That was yesterday. That means the United States Court of Appeals for the 2nd Circuit, docket number, bail pending trial, USA versus Kelly, order reversing district court's order of pretrial detention and remanding case for imposition of appropriate bail conditions. So this was signed off yesterday. You see what I'm saying? This was signed off yesterday. So I'm gonna scroll down some more.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna scroll down. I'm gonna keep going. And this is just an outline of everything that's in the packet that happened leading up to this.
Thank you.
It's just an outline. So it's just an outline. But you see, it was executed today.
Right. Exactly.
If this was old, why nobody else can get a hold of it?
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. They mad, Dana. People are mad because you have this and they're trying to figure out how the fuck did you get this?
No cussing.
Oh, I'm sorry. They're trying to figure out how did you get this?
Well,
go down to page 35, Dana.
How did I get?
I'm sorry.
You know Sylvia she want to make some notes on this stuff. She wants to show some attention to certain pages.
You said page 35, Sylvia?
Yeah, right after the title, with the appellate, right after Thomas title. Keep going down. It's 35 on my side.
It's 35 on PDF.
Yeah.
Did I pass it? Because I'm on page 93.
Okay, right after table of content. The table of authority.
Yeah.
Right after that.
Right after this?
Huh?
Right after this?
Table of authority.
Huh?
It'll be after the table of contents on page 5 of table of contents. The next page after page 5 of table of content.
It should start off with the United States Courts of Appeal for 2nd Circuit, and it has a number 20-1720 in United States, and the plaintiff appellant, and then Robert Skelly. Then right after that, start reading there. It says introduction.
Dana got it. Here, I'm just saying.
It should be 36, number 36, introduction.
You know how we looking at it, Sylvia? It's on PDF, so.
Oh, sorry.
On PDF, it's a certain page for us, but it's something else for him. So he got to
introduction.
He got to get to it.
Hold on.
Okay.
Well, while Dana finding it, all I want to say is we bad boys. We the bad boys. We working fine. You don't got to hear about everything.
When you come for you. Bad boys, bad boys.
And then, hey, on that part, too, but they go, no,
Wait. Wait, so what are y'all talking about now?
Okay, where you see right after, okay, I'm going to go back up. You see where it says United States Courts of Appeal? On my page, it's 35.
Yeah, we can see it at 35 on your page, but I don't know if you can see it on 35 on your page, because we don't have it. So we're just looking at it on your page.
It's page 35, where it's titled United States Courts of Appeal for the Second Circuit.
We was watching where you were scrolling, but look, on that PDF file, keep going. Hold on.
It should say introduction right after that part. Go down after the appeal of notice. Past that.
Right here?
Past the appeal of notice.
It's way past that, Dana. What's going on the screen? Because I'm looking on the screen. That's. We was watching it and we were taking notes. Keep going.
Keep going down.
Keep going.
We're behind you in the.
Dana, you see where it says,
both of y'all can't talk at the same time.
You see where it says 17? Keep going down. Keep going.
Keep going.
This one right here, the introduction?
Yeah. Introduction. What you say? Introduction.
Yeah, start there.
Stop.
Go ahead, Siri. Say what you want to say.
That's where it has the most updated thing, so they can't say it's old stuff. That is all new stuff that's on there.
Mm-hmm.
Where it say court shall always bear in mind that it is only a limited group of offenders who should be denied bail pending trial.
Keep going down, and it goes specifically about Robert. Just keep going. That's just mumbo jumbo stuff there.
Here, defendant Robert S. Kelly, Mr. Kelly, moved for pretrial release in light of the coronavirus pandemic and in order to be able to prepare for trial. Docket 68, the circumstances that exist as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic will continue to exist into the foreseeable future and have made it impossible for Mr. Kelly to prepare for his September 2020 trial if bail is not granted. It is undisputed that Mr. Kelly cannot read or write. Therefore, unlike most defendants, he cannot spend hours reading and reviewing the documents that are relevant to his case. He cannot make notes about those documents. He cannot meaningfully communicate in writing with his lawyers, and he cannot meet face-to-face with his lawyers. He has essentially been cut out of the discovery and trial preparation process. Moreover, because of the pandemic and the conditions imposed by the MCC Chicago, where he is detained, and because of it, his overall communication with counsel are subject to crucial limitations. A sporadic, once a week short phone call or a FaceTime exchange. This is particularly troublesome as the means of those limited communications do not even possess the safeguards of confidentiality that are more necessary to engage in meaningful attorney-client conversation. Moreover,
No, I'm saying, keep reading.
Moreover, there is no denying that this is an extraordinary time and that the issues that ordinarily affect bail determines have to be viewed differently and more liberally. Furthermore, the allegations and the indictment in this case span 3 decades. The indictment alleges in sum that Mr. Kelly's care as nationally recognized singer and performer constitutes a RICO, racketeering enterprise. Mr. Kelly has lived that career and is in the best position to assist counsel and the review of the discovery. While a defendant is often the best historian in any case, Mr. Kelly's contribution is even more crucial here because the trial court has allowed the government to conceal the identities of some of the alleged victims who will be key trial witnesses. The district court erroneously conclude that Mr. Kelly poses a significant danger to the community that no combination of bail conditions can adequately address, that he is likely to flee, and that the judicial system's oversight capabilities have been curtailed because of the pandemic. Docket 68. However, as the records support, even applying the most stringent standard of review, release should be granted. United States versus Bastani. We review a court district. We review a district court's order of detention for clear error and will reverse only where on the entire evidence we are left with the definite and firm conviction that the mistake has been committed. Based upon the record before the district court, there is no doubt that a mistake has been made. And it's definite and clear that Mr. Kelly is neither a flight risk nor does he present a danger to the community. ID. As to the nature of the seriousness of the danger purportedly posed by his release, the concern expressed by the district court and the government is that Mr. Kelly may attempt to obstruct justice because he has been charged with obstructing justice in another case. It is certainly not that he is a danger to commit any type of sexual misconduct. Putting aside for the moment the fact that he is presumed innocent, the law does not concern itself with allegations of former conduct, but rather speaks to a real and present danger. Here, the danger is merely speculative and without record support. The expressed concern also ignores reality, or, as they say, the proof is in the pudding. One of the government's alleged victim, Jane Doe's, apparently at the same time she was cooperating with the government, was still living with Mr. Kelly. After Mr. Kelly's arrest and incarceration, the government did not, as would be customary, even seek to bar him from contacting any possible witnesses, but rather allowed Mr. Kelly to have an extraordinary level of contact with that witness. They were afforded pre-pandemic personal one-on-one visits at the MCC Chicago. Yet through months of contact, there was not a single allegation of any kind of nefarious behavior on Mr. Kelly's part with respect to this Jane Doe, including any allegation that Mr. Kelly ever tried to influence her, pressure her, or to direct her to do so with respect to any other potential witness. Given that the district court clearly erred in finding that Mr. Kelly is irreparably dangerous, that no bail conditions can reasonably assure community safety, and that federal pretrial services are incapable of monitoring him. The question becomes what conditions are in fact appropriate. Certainly, conditions can be constructed that would alleviate any legitimate concerns. Location monitoring can be employed. The use of electronics by Mr. Kelly can be restricted or completely eliminated, and Mr. Kelly can be denied internet access. The real issue here is whether, by denying him bail, is it appropriate to put him in a position where he cannot assist his counsel to prepare for his upcoming September 2020 trial. Facts. The facts are set forth more fully, and the accompanying declaration of Thomas A. Finelli Declaratory. In brief, Mr. Kelly is a 53-year-old with no prior criminal convictions, who was charged with offenses in Illinois State Court and in the federal courts of Northern District of Illinois and the Eastern District of New York. Mr. Kelly was granted release on bond in Illinois State Court case. He was on bond without issue until he was indicted and detained in each of his federal cases, despite the fact that federal pretrial services in the Northern District of Illinois, who would be responsible for his supervision, recommending that he be released, and thus that a combination of conditions exists that would secure his appearance and alleviate any perceived danger to the community. Mr. Kelly should have been released from the start in these matters, and the initial decisions to detain him were themselves erroneous. But now, with the COVID-19 pandemic, there has been a catalytic change and circumstances that calls for his release. The simple fact is that a jail setting is not somewhere that is safe from COVID-19. The conditions at the MCC Chicago have deteriorated to the point they are arguably inhumane, even for the healthiest of persons. Contrary to the district court's finding that Mr. Kelly's medical condition is significant and treatable, Mr. Kelly has been required for months now to be in a permanent lockdown setting in a cell because of COVID-19 crisis. He has had minimum opportunity for movement, no opportunity for recreation, and no opportunity for social interaction with anyone other than a cellmate. Mr. Kelly's current cellmate is a foreign national who is difficult to communicate with. Commissary is sporadic, once a month. Damn. And phone calls are infrequent, not frequent, but infrequent.
No letters, y'all. I had to see that in
You're wrong for that.
That means no letters. When inmates are moved, they are still crowded into one elevator. Clearly, these social distancing measures do not make inmates the priority, and the results show it. With the staff having first-person knowledge of the health risks inside the institution, even bathrooms and showers present a haven for infestation. There is no visitation, social or otherwise, including legal visits. His trial in the Eastern District of New York is set for September, and trial in the Northern District of Illinois for late October. Mr. Kelly is unable to effectively and meaningfully consult with his counsel to adequately prepare for those upcoming federal criminal trials, for which he faces up to de facto life in prison. Further, if Mr. Kelly remains in custody, his counsel will be forced to risk their own health by way of visits to the MCC Chicago. But to be clear, such visits are not currently even allowed and have not been for months. Counsel should not be forced to visit with Mr. Kelly in jail during this pandemic. Counsel should not have to endanger their own health in order to fulfill their duties to their clients. In any event, as noted above, a person visits with attorneys are not even allowed. Phone calls with counsels are also extraordinary limited and huh?
No, we just doing a little the animation behind you, Dana. We like,
Y'all crazy.
God damn, say it again, Dana.
Y'all stupid. And also extraordinary limited and required that they be scheduled well in advance. Any such phone call poses concerns as to confidentiality, particularly where one of the callers is within a correctional institution. More importantly, communicating over the phone does not allow the counsel the opportunity to show or explain documents to Mr. Kelly or vice versa. When and if visits are eventually allowed, whenever that may be, Mr. Kelly's counsel will be competing with all the other attorneys who need to speak with their clients. These visits will also likely be limited in time, as well as in what materials they're allowed to be brought inside. Mr. Kelly is not a priority for the MCC Chicago because each of the inmates have the same right to access counsel. With respect to the types of conversations that need to be had to prepare for criminal trials of this magnitude, there is simply no meaningful substitute for old-fashioned face-to-face conversation.
Okay.
Argument. Well,
so if he can't even have these conversations with his own counsel, how can he have conversations with people outside of his counsel?
And why the hell would he be worried about you, Dana?
Why is he worried about that when he's trying to prepare for his fucking court case?
why y'all cussing?
Oh, he's
sorry.
Why is he trying to prepare for his court case and worried about non-factors?
Mr. Kelly met his burden of establishing that he does not pose a danger to the community or a flight risk. So you got all this. This is a lot to read.
No, you ain't gotta read it, but just read the dark, bold ones. Keep going. Go down.
The government did not meet its burden of persuasion by clear and convincing evidence that Mr. Kelly posed an irremediable danger to the community. Let's see.
Mm-hmm. Go down to the next bowl.
The government did not meet its burden by a preponderance of the evidence that Mr. Kelly poses a flight risk. Okay.
But this is supposed to be old, right? You know why it's old? Because don't nobody got this, and they mad.
The continued and unnecessary incarceration of Mr. Kelly also runs afoul of the Eighth Amendment. Whoa. Let's go there. Continued incarceration that is not absolutely essential may also violate Mr. Kelly's right under the Eighth Amendment to the United States Constitution. The Supreme Court has held that prison officials may not ignore a condition of confinement that is sure or very likely to cause serious illness and needless suffering the next week or month or year. Helling versus McKinley. Detention in such circumstances may well violate the Eighth Amendment by exposing a prisoner to an unreasonable risk of serious damage to his future health. Thus, pretrial detainees' due process rights are at least as great as the Eighth Amendment protections available to convicted prisoners.
Bad boys, bad boys.
Hold on. Mr. Kelly has a fundamental right to proceed to trial expeditiously and a fundamental right to prepare for that trial. Okay. They ain't playing with this. Conclusion. This court should reverse the order. Yeah, I read all that. Hold on, but I won't go back. I want to read this. Therefore, restrictions imposed by the district court should not dwarf Mr. Kelly's Sixth Amendment right to have access to his counsel and to be able to prepare for his trial. Conclusion. This court should reverse the order of pretrial detention entered by the district court and remand this matter for the imposition of appropriate conditions of release.
Ready. When was it signed, Dana? That part?
Oh.
Look at the date it was signed.
Yeah, I know. June the 30th. Yeah.
Okay, which one you said on your live? For those who said that this is old, it was dated June 30th of 2020. I'm sorry. We just wanted to make it very clear that this is June 30th of 2020. Haters.
Y'all crazy. All right, y'all.
But we just want to come on here and say that they like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of people like was saying that you wasn't on point, that you was this, that you was that, but we put a lot of things behind things and we tell you don't say nothing, don't speak on it because of this, because you have to work in silence. And everything that we do behind the scenes, it shows.
Exactly. It's in the documents. That's all we got to say. It's in the documents.
But I'm just trying to figure out how can people...
You know what you do. You know what you do. You know what Sylvia do. And, you know what I'm saying, your team behind you. And, you know, before you had a team that was weak. And God had to show you and Sylvia, like, y'all need to dismantle this. I'm trying not to curse. Y'all need to dismantle this. And y'all need to come back and y'all need to figure it out. And then y'all ended up with a team that's stronger now. And
but meanwhile, they taught me how to do this, huh?
No, Sylvia, ain't nobody teach you nothing because you taught me a lot of stuff. And I be sitting right there next to you, be like, oh, girl, let's do this. Ooh, let's do this. Because we a team, Sylvia. What you can't find, I can find.
Yeah, that's true. We do work well. You and I work well.
Dana, right there, like Dana doing his thing. And it's like, I'm not going to call everybody's name because I don't want everybody's name after, but like, the people that's behind the scenes that know what they're doing, we all doing it together as a team. And we argue, we fight, we fuss. We put you on your spot, Dana. Like the other day, you said you wanted to quit on us. And we like, what? And I said, I'm going to put you in your face. I was like, what you talking about? I said, yo, we going to stop acting like we in the freaking high school and we going to get it together. Y'all not, Dana?
Yep.
And we got together because we have our disagreements. We can agree to disagree. But at the end of the day, we're not talking about each other behind each other's backs. We're doing what we need to do, and we're doing it for one cause. And Dana, I said from day one, I've been with you since the beginning when you was on, you know who channel. Like, I've been following you ever since, and I'm like, yo, at the end of the day, you've never changed your stance. You've always been about R. Kelly. You never said nothing negative about this man. You always stood on your ground. You always said what you had to say. And that's what it is. And that's what made me stay next to you. Like, yo, I don't care. He's not said nothing negative about it. He ain't changed his mind. He ain't said this. He ain't said that. It's always been the same. It's been very consistent. What everybody else say don't matter, because the people that got your back, we know, we hear, we see. What, like, you know what I'm saying? You can say one wrong thing and we be like, dang, stop, chill, for real. But we still gonna fucking follow you. We still gonna stand beside. Sorry, I'm cussing. We still gonna stand beside you no matter what. And that's what it is. And that's how you know that you got a real team behind you.
And then the other thing, we know none of us are perfect. We all have flaws.
Yes.
So we look beyond past the flaws. We look past the flaws that you have. We all have them. So for us to sit there and bash you for your flaws, that's not good. Because we see the good person that you are. We see how steadfast you are for your friend. You know, we know the truth. And that's all that matters. And God knows the truth. That's all that matters.
I'm going to say this real quick. I thank y'all because I know I'm a handful, but I want to say But I want to say thank you, Jessica. But you're wrong. You're very wrong. So thank you so much, Jessica. Thank you.
And Dana, you know, I hear this a lot. And I'm saying this now because I say it to you behind the scenes, and we don't come on the scene and say a lot of stuff because we always tell you, don't worry about it. You know what we say to you. At the end of the day, people say you're a liar, you're this, you're that. No, Dana remixes his stuff into his own. I said, did I not, Dana? Remix it into your own way because you make it your own. Did I not say that?
Yes, you do.
Okay. I'm like, you remix it, but at the end of the day, yo, we've not stood beside you where you have not told us something that wasn't true. Anything you told us, it has come to fruition. Like, it has been there. It's come. And people just sit there and say we're uneducated because people don't know us. People don't know nobody behind the scenes. They don't know any of the people that's behind the scenes that's sitting here and supporting you. They don't know what we do behind the scenes. And there's people that have left the firm or, you know, left your side, but they are still reaching out to you. They still speak to you. They still do stuff for us. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's like we have said this for so long. And people's like, oh, Dana don't like Don Russell. Dana don't like him because of this and that and the other. No, it's a reason that it was being said. It's a reason that was going on. And it's starting to show. No, everything that comes into these motions is coming into these motions for a reason. There are people that have been surrounding themselves around this man, and even R. Kelly himself has said it. People have used him. People use his name for money. People use him for this, and they use him for that. It's starting to come, and it's starting to show. And, you know, the people that's closest to him, they there. And then the people that are just now coming in the picture is like, I'm going to get this off of him. I'm going to get this off of him. And that was Don Russell. And it's starting to show, and his mother is in emotion, and he's in emotion. He was the one who showed those documents. And he went on so many platforms, said so many different things on so many different interviews he gave that he forgot the stuff he said. Mm-hmm. And when you forget what you say, when you forget the first lie you told, you forget the rest of the lies. And then it becomes a trend. And then it gets caught up. You get caught up in it. That's why I always tell you that let people say what they got to say. Let them talk about you. Let them do this. Because those people that are turning against you are mad because you didn't return phone calls. They're mad because you didn't return emails. They're mad because you didn't let them in on the things that you knew. They're mad because you didn't tell them certain stuff that you knew that you weren't supposed to say. That's what they're mad about. And when it comes to your team that you got now, you don't have to tell us nothing. If you say this is what it is, we're going to say, okay, we got you. And we're going to follow through with it, and look what happens.
Yeah. And then the other thing, too, Dana, you got to also remember the relationship that you have with Robert, that's you guys' relationship. Nobody could ever break that up. No outside person, no individual that's just coming in as family. They can never break that up because because you know what he means to you, and he knows what you mean to him. That's why he placed you in this position. And can't nobody take it. No new leader that they have now could ever take your position. No matter how much they try to bash you. They might bash you to those people out there who don't know what Robert relationship is with you. So you never have to worry about that.
You know, that is what matters is the people that are that know you, that know what's real. Because those very same people that bash you are the same people that said, no, for real. He knows him. He knows him. Yeah, he knows him. And then they turn their back on you. Those people are people that are opportunists. That's it. They're opportunists. And the only thing that they were in it for was to get an opportunity out of the situation. I said that to you from day one. I'm like, yo, stop. You're too trusting. You're too forgiving. You're too caring. That's always been your problem. And you need to just stop. Hey, people show you their colors. Listen to it. I mean, look at it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to show you purple, I'm purple. Okay? Ninja? I ain't cursed. I ain't saying nothing.
And also, I want to shout out to Sharon Winbush, because let me tell you, once you did your apology from that time point, she has been shouting you out. She has been telling what the truth is, because she knows the truth. She was there.
Yes.
So you guys don't ever have to worry about anybody.
Sharon, you and Dr. Reyes. Dr. Reyes ain't even in the circle, and he's been on point with stuff. Like, everybody has been pointing out stuff, and Dana, it's like you were on board, but you were off board at certain points because people pulled you off of that board. And then you got back on board, and then you got off board. But now you back on board, and you're starting to see things for yourself. You're starting to realize, man, I knew that, but I fell off. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's okay, because do you see how many people sit in your chat right now? Do you see how many people watch you? People still follow you, but they're mad that you were entertaining it. You know what I'm saying? They're mad that you were going along with it and you were going back and forth. You have been quiet for almost 2 weeks. You not said nothing to nobody. You've been cheating. You continue to do your commentaries. You continue to get your views. You continue to do this. You continue to support Rob, everything. And then you have people over there still talking about you. Guess what? It don't matter. If you watching now, you can see it don't matter. It don't matter. You're still going forward, and they're still where they're at. They're stuck because they have nothing else to talk about. Mm-hmm. You are the person who has this document that nobody else has.
If they say you don't trust me, look, even if they say you don't trust me, I know you trust me. So I'm not worried about those people.
You sitting over here with a document that nobody else got, and they over here saying it's fake. But you know it's not fake because we just seen the date. It's June 30th of 2020. Bad boys, what y'all gonna do? Okay?
When they come for you.
Dana, we love you, we support you. You know what I'm saying? We had to get on here, we had to say what we had to say, and I really want to talk my stuff, but you know I'm not gonna talk my stuff because you just told me I couldn't curse. So hey, everybody, Dana told me I can't curse, and I can't curse, y'all.
No, you can't curse. Don't curse.
Not tonight.
Look at the camera. Look at the camera. He told me I couldn't curse. I'm not coming on here cursing. I'm not gonna say nothing. All I'm gonna say is Dana's disrespecting. That's what it is. Me and Sylvia came on here to mess with him because we want to speak our stuff and we want to say, bad boys, what you gonna do? When they come for you.
They coming for you. They coming.
Oh yeah, he going to jail.
You in it now.
All right, bye, y'all.
We gonna talk online, but we gonna let you get other callers in.
All right. It's a good thing when you have family that likes to laugh and joke and keep it. I mean, Nikki, it's been too. Oh my God, Lord, I really wanted to respond in Dana J fashion. I really did. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I thank y'all for keeping me grounded. Marshall, call in. But I see you say you wanted to call in. Call in. 470-355-8221. But yeah, it's crazy. I mean, of course, shout out to Sharon Winbush. Shit, dog. She a beast. She mean what she saying. She say what she mean. She a beast. You're live on Live Raw and Uncut with Actor Dana J. How can I help you?
Testify.
What?
Nah, I'm just teasing. Listen, bro, all jokes aside, we had a conversation last night, remember?
Yeah.
Okay. I meant what I said. When I care about somebody, when I love them from the heart, I mean that. All right. And like I said, man, you keep doing you, man. You've been doing a fantastic job. All right, we almost there. We almost to that finish line. We still got a long way to go. But that's all I really wanted to say, man. I love the firm. I love everybody in the firm. I consider you all family. You brought me into this, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to get all emotional because the shit is real, man.
Stop cussing.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. All right, my bad. The stuff is real, But I love you, boy. I'm about to log off here, get off the phone, let somebody else call in. I want to say one more thing. Him down staff. That's all I got to say.
All right. That is crazy. Hold on, I got call in. Somebody else want to call in? 470-355-8221. Had to think about it. Like, what number am I giving? Yeah, it's been a long time coming, It's been a long time coming. That motion should be the motion that rattles the cage and open that door. Hello? All right. All right. Yeah, so you're live on Live Raw and Uncut with Actor Dana J. How can I help you?
Hi, Dana. It's Blessed One. How are you?
Hey, how are you, Blessed One?
Good. I just want to say your smile shows that finally some things are turning. Right. I'm going to be brief, but we walk through this life and it feels like...
Thank you, Mission Squad. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Everything's going bad and you try and nothing's changing. And then God says, no, let me show you just a little bit of who I am. And he gives you just a little hope. And then everything turns because no one knows my story. And I'm sure I don't know everybody else's story. But I'll tell you guys, all of you, the whole firm, to hold on. Change always comes. You just have to hold on and know and see that God is God and he changes not. We change.
That's true. That's so true. Because we change daily.
Yeah, daily, minute by minute, circumstance by circumstance, but just know that don't let go of the changes that you've made. You even look different. I don't know if you remember a couple weeks ago when I said, hey, looking good there, boy. Like, I mean, it shows, like you are outwardly showing the change that God is making in you, your patience, your tolerance, things like that, because all these other things and people are just tests, and you're about to pass.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Last night I was ready to walk away from it all because I got tired of not being able to speak.
Yeah, but you can't because there's very few people that have a voice for him, and it's not fair.
Right.
He did this for us for 30-some years. We don't have a year and something to give to him. That's not right.
You're right, and it's not fair to him.
No, it's not. It's like he has no voice right now. None. And the voices that would be for him have betrayed him And the other people are just groupies. I'm going to say it. Other people are just groupies. And I don't follow groupies. And I've never been a groupie of his. I've always been a supporter and known his talent. And that he's God sent. No matter what lyric he says, he's God sent. And so I just want to tell you, keep your head up, the firm, whatever you guys are going through, just remember this too shall pass for us all. And I love you guys all. And I'm about to go to bed. You hear my grandbaby in the background.
and congrats on your grandbaby.
Thank you so much. I only have one child, and so this is my first and only grandchild so far, so I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Right.
Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you. I want to shout out to Jay, Ja, and Joanne. I know it's tough for y'all to actually walk through this and see this, but keep y'all heads up, y'all. Also, Lil Robert, continue producing. You got a hell of a track coming. No, nobody told me to say that. I just rock with my crew. Hey, that's what it is. Like I say, it's not mandatory, but if you want to donate to the channel, you can. I got a super chat somewhere down there, whatever you want to donate. If you don't, it's not mandatory. It's all love. If you think I deserve it, or if you want to donate to me, or if you like what's coming this way, then go ahead and hit the Cash App, $, THEE BMORE actor ACTOR. You know, but once again, it's not mandatory. We all love it over here, and we all a family over here. So, hey, thank you, Miss Dixon. Like I say, if you want to donate, hit the super chat or hit the Cash App. If the mods will put the Cash App up there or whatever they want to do. Also hit Rob's kids up. Hit their pages up in social media and just tell them to keep going, to keep your head up. Trust me, any little thing, any little type of inspiration works. Speaking of him, hold on. Hello?
Hey, what's up? You still on live, bro?
I told you. I was just about to call. Well, speaking of him, there you go. Y'all asking for him. There you go.
What's happening?
They asking for you, Levi.
Hey, how y'all doing? I'm sorry, I was out on a bike trail, and I was listening to part of the show. Then I had to, my signal lost, but I'm back at the crib now, and I just wanted to, I was listening to bits and pieces, and I just wanted to thank each and every one of you who are the real, true, sincere supporters of Rob. And I think when I say that, a lot of people think that I'm just saying that, but you all don't know how valuable you are. You know, I look at the ones who tune in to Dana's live, and I know that y'all are stand-up. I know that y'all are thorough. Because to stand by this brother's side right here is hard to do, considering all of the weapons that have been formed against Dana J. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. No one's perfect. Dana's not perfect. I'm not perfect. However, at the same time, I've always been someone who always approached this whole fight through my cousin's eyes and through his heart.
And I know that he has love for Dana, and I know that Dana has love for him. However, the reason why I'm not on as much, the reason why y'all see me falling back is because I understand that whenever God is working, the devil gets busy. And there are a lot of things that I could say I'm not going to say on here about what Dana presented, because I understand that the enemy and the enemies are always lurking and watching. It is really sad, too, that a lot of people have not stopped and looked and said, wait a minute, how could these people be for R. Kelly, but all they do is talk about Dana J. All they do is talk about Levi. All they do is keep up a bunch of shit.
No cussing.
Oh, my.
Thank you, Randa, baby.
Pray for me. But it's, it's more than a shame. And now that there's progress, people, I just don't want you guys to take your eyes off of, I don't want you to take your eyes off the prize. I don't want you to get relaxed and think that all is well, is all good, because those who have been working diligently to keep Rob in there, those who have now circled the wagons and formed these unions, and now a lot of them have come together to launch all-out assaults and attacks on Dana and myself and anyone else who is sincere and genuine in this fight and advocacy for Robert Kelly. So I just come from a place, I always say that I come from a place where, we don't count our chickens until they hatch. A bird in the hand is better than two in the bush. We always are vigilant, cognizant of our surroundings and our enemies. And I cannot overstate it enough that there are those individuals on other channels who are the devout enemy of this movement, the real movement. They are the real true enemy. And they bear watching. Never, ever sleep on them. I don't never sleep on them. I'll say this much. With all of the good things that are happening, Levi is not celebrating. I'm going to tell you why. Levi will not celebrate until the enemies of my cousin, those who have worked day and night, talk behind the scenes and work behind the scenes to keep him in there, those who have been major contributors to him being in there, I won't rest until they're brought to justice. I don't care about nothing else at this point but making sure that they pay a price for what they've done. He should have been out months ago. He should have been out. He should have had adequate legal defense monetarily. That defense fund should have been filled to the rim. So I don't take it lightly. I don't play around with it. I'm not one who turns my back. There's a movie, since everybody's on COVID, I'm about to say this and I'm about to get off of here. I'm a huge movie buff. That's all I do is watch movies, really, as a hobby and bike ride. And there's a movie called Road to Perdition with Tom Hanks. It's called Road to Perdition with Tom Hanks. It's one of his best movies, and I'm not going to tell y'all the movie, but watch that movie. And when y'all watch that movie on that, you can get it on Netflix. It's called Road to Perdition. And when you watch that movie, at the end of that movie, I want you all to think about Levi. Think about my words. Think about my words. You see, Nipsey Hussle was murdered because Nipsey Hussle turned his back on his enemy. Nipsey Hussle, after telling that dude, you can't come around here, he turned his back on him. That is not what Detroiters do. Nipsey Hussle was a street dude. Nipsey Hussle knew the game. But he slipped up, and because he slipped up, it cost him his life. And this is all I say to Dana. 80% of when I speak to Dana, I'm always telling him, bro, trust me. Don't sleep on these enemies, bro. That's all I tell him, because I understand what a lot of y'all don't. These are some dangerous, cutthroat, low-down, ratchet, jealous-hearted, envious, devious demons. I'm not talking about everyone. I'm talking about those who are being, who are at the forefront, and those who are being led, allowing themselves to be led by certain people. You understand? So I understand when I look in these people's eyes, I understand who I'm dealing with, and they know that I understand who I'm dealing with. They know that I know them. I can look in their eyes and tell what they are and what they're capable of. And as a result of that, from Detroit, from where we're from, we don't sleep. So yes, we must celebrate. We must continue to charge forward. We must continue to support brothers like Dana J, his channel. Support his channel, y'all. You understand? Support his channel. And as we do that, just know and think and recall and recollect, don't turn your backs on these people, man. These are some dangerous people.
Hey, Levi.
Go ahead, brother.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but I just listened to what you sent me. I think the people need to hear this shit.
Yeah, it speaks volumes.
I think the people need to hear this shit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you on hold, and I'm going to let the folks hear this. All right?
Go ahead, brother.
This is the little dude off of Little House on the Prairie and George Jefferson trying to impersonate me and Levi. But in impersonating me and Levi, the truth comes out. So I'm gonna let y'all hear this. Listen to this right here.
Yeah, I want to let you know. Come on now. Yeah, y'all. Hey, listen. I'm going 10 toes deep. I'm going 10 toes deep for my man. That's my man. You know, anytime somebody go hard for my man, that's my man. Don't fuck with my man. That's my man. Come on now.
Hey, you know what I like about Dunn? One of the realest shit he said. One of the realest shit that Dunn Russell said. He said, all them niggas was around. All them niggas was around. He said they was around. He said them niggas need to go to jail with that nigga. You don't remember when Dunn said that? Hey, look. He said that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas need to go down. He's like, I was around. He's like, they was around. They didn't try to stop any of the shit in this thing.
So y'all clearly heard the man say that Don Russell, one of the realest niggas ever, and he said them niggas need to go to jail with the nigga. Yeah, go ahead.
If y'all listen to it, the dollar store dude, the Dollar General, you know, he smokes. And his fight is different than the defendant. He's his co-defendant, believe that, but his fight is different than the defendant, the little short midget defendant. They were talking in a conversation. And if you listen to people as we do in Detroit, if you listen, he just blurted it out and he said these words. Remember when we was talking to Don? Remember we was talking to Don Russell? And Don Russell said some of the realest shit ever. He said, I wasn't around, but them niggas that was around, all them niggas talking about Dana, talking about me, talking about others. All them niggas that was around, they gonna go to prison with his ass. All them going to prison with his ass. The short defendant, the midget defendant, him being more seasoned. He's 50 years old. He's lived his life scrounging like a rat, running up under dumpsters, and he you know, as y'all know, you find more dogs hit by cars than rats. You find more dogs in the street, more deer, more possums, more raccoons hit by cars than rats, because rats are survivors. So the short defendant, the midget defendant, tried to cut him off and tried to overtalk him. He laughed and tried to brush over what the dollar store general was saying, because he knew the words that he spoke exposed everything that Dana J has been saying from day goddamn one. And that is, according to the Dollar General, Don Russell said to them in a conversation. First of all, it was a three-way conversation, because the Dollar General said, don't you remember he told us that to the midget? Don't you remember, which means they were having a private conversation. And in that conversation, he said straight up, quote unquote, I wasn't around, but all them other motherfuckers, all these other niggas, they going to prison with his ass. They're going to prison with R. Kelly. I wasn't around. Now, they're going to take that video down. So I would ask that Dana record it, because they're going to take it down now, because that tells the story. That means that the conversation that the Dollar Store General, the midget defendant, and Don Russell had was a conversation talking about my cousin like a fucking dog. Saying that nigga, listen, how can
no cussing?
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Jeez, let me come out to pray. But listen, how can you be for R. Kelly, go on blog stations saying you're for R. Kelly, then you got two despots, broke, struggling criminals perpetrating the fraud like they, got something or whatever. But let me tell y'all something. Y'all know these are just hustlers. Well, how could you be for R. Kelly and even have that conversation? How could Don Russell, the midget woman beating defendant, and his co-defendant, the Dollar General, be on a conference call having this kind of conversation if they are for R. Kelly? Don't take my word for it. Don't take Dana's word for it. Listen to it for yourself. To all you bloggers who have joined on with these goddamn criminals.
Levi.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry, man. Jeez, my goodness. To all of you bloggers, what's wrong with me? Listen, to all, I get upset, man. I'm passionate. But listen, I apologize. I ain't going to disrespect the channel. To all of you bloggers who have joined on with them, what Dana just played, if you are not willing to go publicly and say it's true, the Dollar Store General, the midget woman beating defendant, and Don Russell, all of them, all three of them, from day one, concocted this strategy and this scheme. And one thing we're able to know, to discern by listening to what he said, is that they did in fact engage in a conversation where Don Russell told him that R. Kelly is going to prison. I wasn't around, but the rest of them, they were around, so they going with them. So that means if you're not willing, you don't have to apologize to Dana J or me, but if you're not man enough and you're not woman enough to go on your channel and Call it how you saw it, how you see it, what you heard. Go look at it for yourself and say, I was wrong. According to this man, this conversation that they had proves that they are all against R. Kelly. That wasn't no doctor tape. Dana didn't doctor none. He said it himself.
Hold up, Levi. Thank you, Miss Jennings, for the donation. Thank you so much. Thank you, Randa, for the donation. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, brother. So at the end of the day, that is serious, y'all. That is serious. And this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Where we from, we listen. We observe. And when I heard that, I shot it straight to Dana and said, bro, check this out. You were right all the time. You can play it again. He said it straight up. Oh, he going to jail and all of them going to jail. I wasn't around. They all going to prison. And that's all I have to say. And I'll say this also. Remember, people, the people who have Don Russell, the defendant,
go ahead,
and the co-defendant on their channels have ulterior motives. They don't care about R. Kelly being free, about R. Kelly at all, because that tape that he just played confirms that it's been an outright conspiracy designed by Don Russell and these two that he spoke with. He told them R. Kelly is going to prison. I wasn't around, but all of those who were around, Levi, Dana, whoever else, they're going with them. That's what he said. That's what the Dollar General said, that how the conversation went. That's deep. That's deep. So I'm going to hang up and finish watching it live, bro, but don't y'all sleep, man. If y'all can, go record it, save it, remember it, because these are some dangerous people. Dangerous people. Then you have those claiming to be for my cousin joining on to a man who just sat there and said, remember when we talked to Don Russell? He said, Don Russell said the realest stuff ever. That R. Kelly, he's going to jail and all those. I wasn't around. So everybody that was with him, they all going to prison. When the truth of the matter is all three of them are going to prison. And when they do, I want y'all, you ain't gotta say you were right, Levi, because I don't believe in that.
I'm gonna put $1 on that books.
That's right.
$1 for the king.
That's right. Y'all do that. You feel me? But make sure y'all celebrate, because those three are definitely going to prison. They're so upset, but they're going. But those words, and I want to thank the Dollar Store General. I want to thank you. I do. I want to thank him for saying what he said, because it confirmed that everything Dana J was saying from day one was 100% correct, even though back then I was giving Don Russell the benefit of the doubt. I was telling Dana fall back, because that's how I am. I don't do anything until I have proof. And then when I started to see things, I say, yeah, Dana's right. But what the Dollar Store General just said day before yesterday confirmed that they sat and they talked, and all in that conversation, he said, do you remember what he said? DJ, remember what he said? He said, I wasn't around. All them niggas going to prison with R. Kelly. Ooh, my God.
Well, Jeff Fly Leaks already confirmed that Don Russell and the little dude from Gilligan Island, but they splitting the money 3 ways, and they wanted to include me, but they said that I wouldn't stop talking about it. And like I said, you can't pay me anything to hurt my guy.
I wouldn't be on the phone with you if you could, but I say this, and you can. But at the same time, y'all, I'm gonna say this and I'm done. Give me 5 seconds. This is a country of laws, not a country of men. That's all I want to say. This is a country of laws, not a country of men. Everyone who has committed illegal acts on these YouTube streets, every single one of you, I don't care who you say you are, I guarantee you on everything I love, you are going to be behind bars. Now, a lot of people say, he keeps saying that. He keeps saying that. All right. Hey, Dan, I got to let you go, man. My girl on me. So listen, bro, I'm going to finish watching your live, but make sure you say that part, because they're going to try to probably erasing it now. But he told the whole thing.
Thank you so much, Sonya Price. No, it's a little too late to erase it now.
Oh, it's too late?
Yeah.
All right. But he told the whole thing, y'all. He said it out of his own mouth.
Can I'm about to play it again?
What? All right, my brother. I'm going to listen to it again, and I'll be watching y'all. Love y'all, all the real true supporters. Continue to keep your eyes open. And after Dana played what he just played, and y'all hear it for yourself, anybody that has those three on their channel, that should tell each and every one of you that they have ulterior motives, that they don't give care about R. Kelly, that it's all about money, money, money. Now, those who are sincere, I don't care if you get along with Dana or not. If you're sincere, if you really believe in this fight and you're for R. Kelly after listening to what Dana just played, you shouldn't have nothing to do with those three. And you should come out publicly and say, I will never have anything to do with the Dollar General, the midget woman beater, defendant, or Don Russell, or any blogger that deals with him, because that man smoking weed, drinking, ran off at the mouth and said something that nobody caught. But Dana has it right there, y'all. So I'll talk to you guys later. I love y'all, man. Stay up, and let's keep this positive momentum going. But let's not sleep on my cousin's enemies, on R. Kelly's enemies, because his enemies are our enemies. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. I'll talk to you later, Dana.
Randa said they don't care, Levi.
Well, you got it now. You got, hey, yo, game over. That's checkmate. What you got right there, he can't deny it. He can't deny he said it. They can't deny he said it. It tells you the theme of the conversation they were having. It tells you that they sit and they plot and they scheme. They split up money. They have these are his two soldiers. But all three of them going to prison. On my mama, they are. All three of them going to prison. That's on my mama, they going to prison. So y'all have the record. No one can deny it. All of you bloggers that's been talking about Dana and me and this, that, and the third, listen to what Dana just played and go listen to it for yourself. And tell me who's on the right side and who's on the wrong side. Tell me who's really for R. Kelly and who's not. I want to talk like Mama Mary like right now, so let me get off here. I'm about to start cussing like Mama Mary. All right, bro, I'm gone, man.
All right. I'm going to play it one more time.
Yeah, y'all. Hey, listen. I'm going 10 toes deep. For my man. That's my man. You know, anytime somebody go hard for my man, that's my man. Don't fuck with my man. That's my man. Come on now.
Hey, you know what I like about Dunn? One of the realest shit he said. One of the realest shit that Dunn Russell said. He said, all them niggas was around. He said they was around. He said them niggas need to go to jail with that nigga. You remember when Dunn said that? Hey, look. He said that. You know what's so funny? Niggas need to go down. He's like, I was around.
Keep talking.
He's like, they was around. They didn't try to stop any of the shit in this thing.
Yeah, Jasmine, call in.
No, I'm telling you, keep talking. No, you keep talking. You know, no.
You tell him the story. You know, we need to sit up there.
That's crazy. They want a reaction. Not this way. Jasmine, call in 470-355-8221. That's exactly what it was. I didn't keep them close and I walked away. I keep telling everybody that's one of my mechanisms. When I sense stuff, I ain't gonna beef with you. I'm gonna just push you away from me. And I'm gonna walk away. You're live on Live Raw Uncut with actor Dana J. How can I help you?
Hey, Dana, it's Jasmine.
Hey, Jasmine.
I'm so proud of you and everybody that is doing this amazing work for R. Kelly. And I just want to say this, Dana. When a storm hits loud, but when God hits harder, it becomes a beautiful thing. And
right.
Like I told you before, y'all probably don't remember, but I write music. And I just want to sing a little bit, okay?
Okay.
That's okay with you.
Thank you, Miss JG. Go ahead.
Kind of nervous, but I'm going to get through it. I want to sing this part just a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
Sometimes do I wonder what if I could fly away from here as the stars shine on me. I will be a beautiful butterfly. Some days when I know that I shine away from here, the world of people can't take my heart away. As I shine through the mirror, I know that God loves me, through my heart that I see. My love is for the world to see. My love is the world to see. Dana?
All right. I like that.
I want to tell you, keep doing the good work, doing amazing work. I'm proud of you. Robert's coming home. He's coming home. He's coming home. Robert's coming home. You will be free. Robert, I love you. And can't wait to hear that amazing music that you're going to bring out when you come out. Love you, Robert. Keep holding. You will come home and we'll be free. Bye, Dana.
All right. Bye, Jasmine. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right. Well, like I say, anybody want to call in? Call in. 470-355-8221. So So ain't nothing else pretty much to say. But remember 3 things, 4 things, 5 things. Number 1, keep God first in everything you do. Number 2, you remove hate, negativity, and lies with drama, truth, and honesty. Sky's on, want to call in? Call in, Sky. Sky's on, always welcome over here. That's big sis right there. You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Elephants don't swat flies, and be someone important. Be yourself. I'm sitting here waiting to see if anybody else want to call in. Excuse me, I just got a text that was funny as hell. Thank you so much, Miss Blue Blazes Lynch. Nah, I can't give up now. I can't give up now. Shoot. I'm trying to see what can we play. Hey, you live on Live Raw and Uncut with Actor Dana J. How can I help you?
Dana.
Hey.
It's us.
Who's us?
Sylvia and me.
Oh, what's up? Y'all crazy.
Sylvia.
You knew it was us.
I didn't know it was y'all.
Yo, you knew Sylvia's number.
No, honestly, it just come up as a number. It don't come up as a name on this one.
Okay. We gotta laugh at Levi because Levi did more cussing.
Huh? Because Levi did what?
Yo, Levi cursed more than me. We was up there, I'm like, ooh, Levi doing all that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Squad.
Yo, Sylvia, he gets that. Levi, not because Levi, like, he was on the road, girl. Levi was like, this.
Oh, shout out to baby Lord Sis Prima Donna, too, and Sky Zone.
Hey, shout out to Princess Diana because she gave you a donation and you ain't shout her out.
I'm sorry. Shout out to Princess Diana. How are you? I'm so sorry. I didn't see it.
Yo, I'm laughing at Levi because he cursed more than me, so I'm happy. I'm happy I'm not the only one that was cursing.
Not tonight.
Yeah, I'm not cursing. I just saying, Levi did more cursing than me.
Yo, Levi was like, I swear that mother.
Yo, I cursed so much. I was like, ooh, Levi get it.
Yo, when Levi get in the zone, he be like, I swear for God.
What you eating now, Dana?
That's what I was calling you for, that. What the fuck you eating? I mean, what the heck you eating?
Oh, she just cussed.
Hey, what was you eating on camera?
I was eating fruit.
Nah, don't tell me no fruit. You was like lying.
I don't see a fruit in you. Look at him. He eating candy.
No, I'm eating candy now, but that was fruit that I was eating.
Oh, heck no. Heck no. What candy you eating?
Look like some sort of Twizzler or something.
Dana.
It's not a Twizzler, it's a gummy worm.
See, something like that. I knew it was something.
So you eating candy, Dana?
Yes, ma'am. I'm eating gummy worms right now.
That's darn shame.
That's sugar. Late at night.
You know what, Dana? What happened?
First of all, it's not sugar.
No, F that. I'm not even cursing. I said F that. Dana, what happened to I'm back on my thing. I'm back on my healthy thing.
excuse me, these are sugarless candy.
No, don't give me that BS. Don't even feed us. Don't feed us no BS, not my ninja.
Look, no cursing for us and no lying for you.
No, seriously, I'm not lying. It's sugarless candy.
Nigga, stuff in your damn face with it.
See, here we go.
We watching you.
You just cuss.
Oh. It's gummy worms. We can't see the calories in it, and we can't see the sugar in it, and we can't read the back ingredients in it.
This live is not about that, so
well,
I'll talk to y'all when I get off live. I'm gonna get both of y'all.
You ain't gonna get us. Everybody, Dana is not on his diet. He was eating so much crap when we was going on our vacation. I just want to let everybody know that.
Yeah.
So I'll call y'all right back. So, Elizabeth, if you're in Atlanta, go to if you're looking for sugar-free gum or sugarless gum, go to the health food store or go to the international market. Or go to the international market. Hey, you're live on Live Raw and Uncut with Actor Dana J. How can I help you?
What are you eating?
Nigga, I'm eating gummy bears. Sugar-free gummy bears.
Is it soap and liquor?
Man, it's sugar-free.
Okay. You know, because Rhonda is on you. Sylvia and Rhonda is on you like they're on their what's that weight loss show?
Look.
Hey, good life today. Good life. That's what I call you about because I'm still drinking. And, you know, I ain't going to say nothing before I start curse. But good life. And stop eating those yummy beers.
Thank you so much, man. Y'all hating on my gummy bears. Stop.
Rhonda calling me now. I'm getting in trouble.
No, because she won't want you to tag her in, you know. Come on, man. Sugarless, sugar-free. I'm going to take Sylvia to go get some. Or Gucci think he's slick. He going to try to click over on the slide. We don't do that. I'm from the street. So, happy birthday, Gucci. You know what? I do want to do that because I neglected my guy. Gucci, my dog.
Yes, Dana.
Hey, Gucci, if anybody tunes and your people coming through, and I tell you the truth, and I just can't help you. And anybody see, just point to Gucci and help me sing happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Yeah, I can't find my way around the room.
Is he thinking to you?
What?
I don't know what he's doing. I'm at the casino, girl. I'm about to go jungle.
Call him back real quick. Call him back.
Hey, everybody say happy birthday, Gucci, in the chat.
Oh, wow, he back.
Call Dana. I told Dana he better sing happy birthday to you. Call him back.
He's on the phone.
Dana.
That's how you do that. No problem. I just had to throw that in there real quick. No little Steve Wonder. And it went through, and it's working for you. And I'm telling the people out there. No, just a little bit. But yeah. Random babies on where? Yeah, happy birthday, Gucci. And this is what I want to start doing. If anybody got a birthday coming up, can y'all get either your birthday to Randa Baby like 2 weeks before your birthday, or to Infamous Sylvia, please, or to any one of my mods, and my mods will get it to me, and we're gonna do something special for you on your birthday. That's what we're gonna do. Also, I'm gonna implement something over here. So you never know, when I go live, it might be that day to implement it. All right. But I'm gonna get up out of here. I already said my closure. Love every last one of y'all. Dana, Randa's gonna kick your tail. Man, I got mind control over Randa. When Randa here, I shut up. But when she leave, I talk again. It's like, nah, we're a team, man. We're a team. We love each other. We love each other so much. Thank everybody that donated. Thank you so much. Y'all are greatly appreciated. All right. So I'm about to get up out of here. Love every last one of y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Or maybe the day after tomorrow. All right. Peace.